Yo, what up? Welcome back. We are live. Good to go. Perfectly on time here for the pistol round on map number 2 between HEET and Blink. Inferno, of course. You know, if you maybe don't recognize these streets, but that is indeed what it is. 3 players ready and waiting on the HEET side of things. We've got Julies as well with armor. They are ready, but the flash is perfect. Nades are pretty good from the side of HEET. Unfortunately, the frags do not land. 4 versus 2 very quickly indeed. We've got a quick flank coming in from Jocko. He has got to pull this off. He does get one. Exercise going to find his frag as well, and maybe some oversteps here from the Blink boys into a 2 versus 2. A very hectic round so far. There's a kit down and ready to go, so certainly not impossible for the Frenchman to pull this one off. Hidden away on the Blink side. Bit of a drop there. Cali gives his position away. Jocko slowly but surely moving in. Has yet to spot anyone. The Ferrari peak comes round from Coffin. It's all on to 2 high against 2. Gets the molly out. The panic. I think it might just be enough as it reached. No, it hasn't. The kit is in. Exercise, don't look too far down. It's going to be close. And he just gets it over the line, Alan. Oh, my goodness. A 2 versus 4 pulled off. And when we talked about mental resets, they maybe had one for half a second there, but certainly letting that one slip.
Yeah, you might need a pause straight after that one. And as you mentioned, was that a 4-on-2 or something until the late stage of the retake, getting overzealous, pushing through CT, and the player on Banana getting caught on his own. That is a savage round to be losing if you're Blink. And, it's just devastating, isn't it? Because coming into this map, obviously, we're looking at Blink and we're saying they need to capitalize at every opportunity to have a chance here. And early on, they have faltered. Have found a frag here, so there's a bit of consolation, but plenty of work left to be done.
Afro. Oh, there's one crept under his crosshair, but maybe that was the intention. Body spots him. Afro peeks to take him out as he tries to get away. Two-man play there. AK in for Galito. Does not quite get the job done. 4-on-2. And again, for a second, there was a chance for Blink. Seems to have slipped away from them. They lost a 2-on-4. Maybe they can win one. Maybe not. Down to just 2 high. And he does find Lucky. Traded out instantly, however. AK retrieve now for Body. Already starting to gain ground here on this CT side. HEET looking very, very good straight out the gate.
Yeah, just getting picked apart there at the end. Blink and HEET had all the information. They could stack that A bomb site, and it was just going to be impossible unless, they're ripping heads. And based off what we've seen in the series so far, you have to say that HEET, they just feel like the much kind of more on-point individuals, don't they? It's hard to see where Blink are finding many openings, and aggression on the cards. Body finds too far. Skills, nades might do some damage as well. As it might just be the eco from Blink, but it's following the same pattern as the gun rounds. Not looking great.
Very rough indeed. Afro has pushed all the way with a bit of support in towards the T-spawn area. Gets taken down by GXX. Traded out there and all good. And of course, Afro, you might say, what's he doing there? Well, he's holding on to that USP so that he can get the AWP out into this next round. If he'd survived, it would have been absolutely golden. As it is, he's actually going to get a drop from Body. So, he gets a cash injection irregardless of how it goes down so that he can consistently buy the AWP. There you go. You're wondering how the money game can work in a team environment when everyone's communicating and friendly. And, in matchmaking, you might say, drop me an AWP. Teammate says no. Not going to happen here. Of course, Body gets that across. Makes a bit of a sacrifice himself to allow it to happen. But it's very quickly come out for Afro, which is always a worrying sign.
Yes, indeed. Looking at the minimap, you can see HEET trying to contest this banana control. That AWP in play. Afro posted up on car. There is a player in Synopsian tree, and you might just about see the barrel here. Not just yet. But it certainly feels like Afro is on the edge here. He's going to fall. Nice opening. Bit of damage taken, but now the defense very much in flux. 5-on-4. Let's see how Blink abuses it.
Again, there's a certain degree of necessity to finding this Synopsy entering his way in towards B. brilliant stuff for that second frag, it has to be said. Now into a 5 versus 3. There's a lot of low HP bars again. You know, I think they will learn their lessons from the pistol round, but there's still always in the back of your mind that potential. Lucky with a bit of spam through body. Will manage to find it. I don't think he's quite dropped the bomb. Unfortunately, loses Lucky as well as the smoke dissipates in at CT. They are going to try and go for it. Kits are available. Kaylee going to be the first to fall in this post plant. Molotov available for body. Upgrade to an AK. And if they knew the HP bars, maybe they would give it a bit of a heavier go. With no kill coming the way of body particularly, and I think him sensing that he's being locked out by a push, they will actually just go to save. So Blink going to get on the board, and this time a hell of a lot earlier than Vertigo. Fighting back, looking pretty good while doing so.
Yes, indeed. Good entries. Barreled in behind it. And, yeah. Too much of an advantage in the afterplant for Heat there to deal with. So, feels like the first round in a while for the Blink guys. It's good to get off to a nice start when the rifles are out here on Inferno. So, as is often the question, we want to see those rounds chained together. You've done a lot of damage here, really, to the Heat economy, and their loss bonus is not good at all. So, there's an opportunity here to force them onto pistols if they keep this one clean, Blink. What do they got?
All right, bit of speed early on in towards Banana here. Waiting for that counter flash, but it really comes the way for too high. Here it is, though. Molly and flashes coming through. Jocko good for one. Spam through the smoke will catch too high. And that is perfection from Heat to answer back. 4 on 3, rightfully earned. And they will set themselves up in pretty good stead with the banana control.
Kayla here in the apartments. Feels like he's looking for a bit of an opportunity out of apartments on towards A, but the bomb is dropped in banana. It's dropped in the opening, and nades are being put onto that one as Kaylee may have the A bomb site. He may have hit, but it's not going to matter. The bomb is still in the clasp of the CT side. So it is a good frag. It is going to unsettle the defense a little bit. With this bomb dropped, this is so difficult to recover now for Blink.
Ooh, Afro fluffing it a little bit. He gets the information in there, I suppose. Kaylee, meanwhile, going to get caught by the Afro AWP. So, right back on the board. Not what Blink wanted. You know, they want to hit some consistency at the very least. Break into a bomb site, make it a challenge. But they will be reaffirmed in their confidence with earning that round back. Wouldn't say with minimal effort, but a nice in the back of your mind kind of round where you go, okay, they have managed to find one. Fair play. Let's pull out our super good banana push, you know, that has the molly and the flash go off at the same time. In order to earn control, Jocko going to go for an early one. They were not expecting that. He manages to take out one. He will be traded instantly, but he's created the space. And that's what it's about. Lucky with the big double. Exercise finds Galito as they push down middle. And now it will just be too high. Also found around the smoke. So the B-rush not going to work. Very well again. Very well read from Heat. They hold on, and I think this is the time where I would say, Blink, you got to take a pause. You got to figure it out because we're starting to see some of the worrying signs from Vertigo creep into Inferno.
Yeah, for sure. Bit of a meat grinder there on Banana. I think Heat wanted it to take it themselves, but seeing all those nades flying over, they fought twice and held firm. And as you say, Heat, to reiterate as well, it's their map pick, Blink even, their map pick. So certainly we'd be looking on this map to see a little bit more of a structured T-side, let's say, versus Vertigo. And so far, it's not looking so good. Man to the less already. Banana control in the hands of Heat. They're trying to react up A, but there's still 3 players here. And unless they find this kill onto Afro, it's going to be so hard to find an opening on this bomb site. This setup is great.
Absolutely. Lucky. Maybe jumping the gun a bit early. Yep. Too high, takes his head off. Oh, nearly back down for Exercise. However, Afro comes in late. That's what we were talking about. And down goes the bomb alongside GXX. Calais going to be the only one left again in the apartments. Loves this area, it would seem. But has 4 players to get through. A bit of damage would be nice. I don't think it's going to happen. Bomb out in the open. Really can't go wrong. Yeah, and bait shots coming in so that he peeks into the AWP, right? He just... not quite perfect, but pretty close. You know, there's always room for improvement. But they are winning rounds, getting them consistently, and getting them pretty decisively. So Blink, again, up the creek without the paddle. Not looking good.
Yes, indeed. In this round alone, a bit of a half by Hero AK coming out on towards 2 high. So perhaps if he finds some nice openings, he can barrel on towards the bomb site. Again, Afro knows there's no AWP in play. No fear at all, taking Jules down mid, and he finds the first. Seeing a nice little boost as well to play that top new box angle. Can dodge the flashes for good measure. So far, so good for HEET, and you have to say their CT Inferno is looking extremely clean at the moment, isn't it?
Really good stuff. Lucky with the nasty angle as well. Just hammering home these difficult rounds for Blink to be on the end of. Too high with the hero. There is a gap in the smoke. I don't think he's really going to get a chance to use it. Going to try and go around it. Body is there, though. Spamming away. Just down to GXX and Galito to maybe find a bit of something. Still only 2 players on the B-bomb side itself. Rotation's starting to come in from Lucky, though, so even the bomb plant might be out of the question. Broken spray down from Jocko, though. Cost him his life. And Body giving up some space. They've lost the sight. Bomb has yet to cross in, of course. There's an awkward smoke in the way. It seems like they're happy to let the bomb go down if they have to. Dragging this one out a little bit. GXX half HP in towards new box. Definitely a workable spot here. Galito trying to get the plant in. Trying to go for the perfect spot with it, I think, as to plant safe. And they do get the bomb down. So you have some reward for the investment here. He definitely paying respect right now to the T side, but should be able to break back in pretty easily once this flank is pulled off.
Good first frag. Galito off angle, close on ruins. His teammate's going to take the contact, and that was the pivotal moment. They can find the frag onto that ruins player. It frees up a lot of space, and of course with the AWP playing behind new box, he can dip and dive between the directions of play, different angles. But overall, it's a clean retake, keeping good numbers alive as well for the HEET squad. Money is building up for good measure. I dare say, Scriv, this is deja vu to the start of Vertigo and Blink. They need to start finding some gun rounds. They've got to at least make it up to a reasonable number here on the T side.
Deja vu setting in ever so slightly. It is a bit different, of course, with the 1 round, as opposed to looking down the barrel of a 9 or a 10-0 as they were, but it's not too much different, is it really? He are not bothered how it comes, so long as they get the 2-0. If they can make mincemeat out of you, it would be pretty decisive to kind of show how their project has come on as compared to yours. We talked about the start of last season and how close it was. This has been anything but. First kill in for Kaylee. Second kill in for Synopsy, and the B-bomb site is left very open indeed. I don't know, you might even just have to save here. The bomb is going to be quite late to it. I don't think they quite believe their luck right now. Synopsy going through the smoke. Absolutely needed to win that fight, and that should surely be the round. The bomb now making its way over. Of course, there is a problem in the form of Galito over on that main bomb site. He will get one, but he pretty much wins the round. Oh, here and now. Synopsy with a nice frag around the corner to make sure the deal is sealed.
Yes, indeed. Good round from Synopsy, good openings, and B-bomb site open for the taking, and they capitalize. So, a good round from Blink, good openings, up to 2, and a lot of cash taken out of that CT side economy. A couple players are really worse for wear in Jocko and Lucky. Body not looking so great either on 1,000. Of course, their loss bonus is not going to be terribly high, given the half they've had so far. So, Blink, they have forced that money fairly low. They got another entry here, so it's looking much improved, Scriv. It might be starting to find their feet a little in this first half of Inferno.
Maybe. Afro has managed to trade one back. He's looking for more as well with an aggressive stance. Flash comes in. Through the fire he has to go, but again, he's sticking around. You know, the confidence is at an all-time high around the corner. GXX will go down. I think trying to spot him, trying to bait him out. Not going to happen. Afro is just, you know, balls of steel moments, to be honest. 4 on 3 in favor of HEET. Afro still taking a somewhat aggressive stance despite the low HP. Flash for the corner. Will be the case. Rings off a shot. It was dangerously close, you know. Meanwhile, Jocko is hidden away in towards the second. Flash comes through for him. It's ineffective. And he will go down. A big frag for Calais. However, Body, through the smoke, has managed to drop the player with the bomb. That makes life awkward. Afro, does he know his angles? He's close. A little more right. That one was very close, but not able to get it. 3 versus 2 on the retake now. Blink need this to stay alive again.
Exercise, bottom of banana, and it really feels like this is the pivotal fight, and Too High does indeed win. But Cali caught in a difficult spot, trapped in towards first. Smoke as well on towards banana. It's just nail after nail after nail in the coffin, and they pull off the retake as bomb is getting diffused, and a round slips by where Blink were looking so great. 8-2. At least there is money to reinvest on the T side, but this is starting to get out of control with regards to the scoreline and being a map down. Blink looking worse for wear here up against HEET.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It is rough. You know, it feels like it takes a lot of effort for them to get into a 50-50 situation. And then obviously you're not going to win every single 50-50 situation. And they're not necessarily helping themselves in some of these rounds. With the slight oversteps, with, you know, I guess in that one you get unlucky, the bomb planter gets taken down through the smoke. Flash through the smoke, I would have argued, is a little obvious. However, big man Jocko was not quite ready for it. There was another one over the top as well from Too High that was actually the more effective one, it looks like. Either way, 4-on-4 as the trade comes back in. Kaylee, though, takes a bit of information. They're playing a lot in towards B. Let's go. Let's make a move on A. Exercise. Aggressive. Flash comes in, draws them, but again, it's not fully effective. Afro keeps it together to take down Kaylee, and that'll be the man advantage earned for a split second. Too High in towards Long has found his frag, and now it is just Afro in on the site, not ready for GXX, late out of apartment, and Body left to clutch up.
That's some utility. That's a little bit of information on where these players are. Soon he'll see the plants, and maybe he'll suspect a player in pit. It's GXX. Peak short, not aware a player could be so wide, and he's going to fall in Too High. 9 HP. It's all a matter of if Body fully checks his position. Peeking over on the haycart, he spots the head, and Body finds the frag, and oh, it's just devastating, isn't it, for Blink? They need to be converting all of these rounds they're making close, and it was such a good read to accelerate on A when they saw all the pressure on B, and it doesn't work out. It just seems nothing can go wrong for HEET right now.
Rough. Very, very rough indeed. I mean, if we're kind of sat here reeling for Blink, imagine how they feel at the moment. They feel quite angry, apparently. Snopsy going in early. Clean frag onto Jocko. Instantly traded out. Of course, no support thanks to the Molotov. So no chance of really capitalizing on the chaos that was created. But we like a 1-for-1 if you're on the T side. However, it does feel for the sake of Blink that they need a hefty advantage, really, to give them a solid chance. So we'll see here. Rotation drawn away. He's on his way back in. Steps being heard, but the smoke kind of gives him the cover that he needs. Kaylee, though, is this lurking presence round after round after round. Afro's found one pushing down middle. Kaylee in behind. Lucky is somewhat aware, but I don't think he's aware of how deep this player could be. Yep, walks straight into him. And if he finds this second, it would be massive. He's close, but he doesn't quite get it done. 3 versus 2. Bomb on the way towards B, but kept at bay for now.
Body, dropping nades, flashbang, jump up on towards coffins. It's a good move. Nice idea. I like it. Don't see anybody for the moment. As you can see here, HEET, they got all this information on towards mid, and they've decided we're just going to play B retake. Soon enough, they'll realize what's up and get the numbers over. Barring any issues, bomb soon to be planted. Bit of a tap, actually, to try and draw out a player as they seek around for this sole defender. Bomb now is going to be stuck, but that's a loud time for the flank. 2 in banana. Body here. Look how passive he's playing it. So smart. He knows I don't need to get aggressive. I should wait for my teammates as they come in from Banana and Galito wide on Coffins. Not going to be spotted for the moment. It's a nice setup. Find the first frag. Now they got space to back into. Blink. It feels like they're in a good spot now. Behind the Coffins is Galito. The flash is so good, and it's just GXX sticking the bomb already. M4 in hand. Afro's holding the angle spam through the box. He finds the first, and time is dwindling very, very low as Afro's posted up, and I think Blink have just about pulled it off. And needless to say, Scriv, given the scoreline and the series overall, they seriously needed that one.
Again, another very, very, very close one, but indeed getting it over the board, and it is that guy, isn't it? GXX, we talked about it, clutch factor for him is certainly high statistically, I would imagine. And a very nice one to get it done. Melted on the wall bang. Pause coming through.
Check out the money as well for HEET. Look at this. Look what Blink have done.
This must be why they're pausing as well, right? You know, talking this through, they've absolutely got to work something out, and it could be workable, but this is now the chance, isn't it? Blink win this round, they close the gap.
Yeah, for sure. There's a real opportunity here for 6. And, you know, they were losing some close rounds, and even though that wasn't affecting the scoreboard, it was keeping that CT money nice and low, and this is the moment where they really need to capitalize. This is, no shadow of a doubt, the most important round in this series so far for Blink. They have to convert this, break that money, and get themselves up to a reasonable T round haul.
Ooh. Well, that's a great way to start. Drop the big man Afro and the orb that he had to boot. So, really, really solid stuff. The B-bomb site becomes a bit vulnerable. We do have rotations coming in. A great Molotov on towards Jocko, though. Very well read. Body is in. He does manage to find the first. There's a player that's pushed deep in towards the site. Meanwhile, over on A, we've got a 1-for-1 trade. So maybe, you know, take the bomb A. We'll see. Body. Waiting inside the smoke. He's got the read. Ooh, and Calais asleep at the wheel. That's massive.
Oh, no.
The damage is huge through the smoke. GXX, the only one left on 24 HP against 2. He's just jumping through. He's getting the bomb planted. Flash comes over the top, and Body will demolish him. What a round. A huge 4K coming in from the in-game leader as he will embarrass Blink on that B-bomb site.
What a series so far from Body. He's been brilliant so far. Vertigo was great, but this is something else, and it's got to be said, it actually felt like Blink played a very solid round there, didn't it? Taking a lot of space, good entries. It was just Body. Got that smoke down, found that unbelievable kill on towards Ruins, which definitely would have been round over if he died. And Blink, it's hard to say it, but how many more opportunities you're going to let slip through your fingers here? Now HEET are back on a full buy, and it's your money that's in the bin. Scary stuff. This could really be the end of the series if they can't get more out of this T side.
A round like that has got to send you so incredibly south as well. You know, it's very difficult. Double nades in towards logs. As easy as you like. First kill comes in. Banana control secured. They've got to go A, and they have had a penchant for the B side of things, right? They've not really fancied themselves as A players. We've seen a couple rounds over here, and it's not gone too well. They have to get a little lucky to break in. The setup looks very solid from the side of HEET as well. That kind of straight line at the back end of the site, not really contesting apps, not really contesting the bracket control. Perfect flash towards short, and Lucky with the triple. Easy as you like. Exercise finds the final one. But again, you know, he might have found the kills, but that round's all about Body. The perfect timing on the flashbang from the back end of the site. He can do it all right now, apparently.
Yeah, for sure. Just such a simple but completely sensational piece of team play. And of course, Lucky reaps the rewards. And look at the buy here from Blink. This just oozes desperation. 2 nades, a smoke and a flashbang, 4 AKs are bought, nobody dropping onto SMGs or pistols to get the nades out. Unless they click heads, there is no way for Blink to win this round. How are you meant to execute him with this utility? That is a good start, and he is traded out.
Indeed. That's slightly better. GXX, though, also traded out. Where there is one, there is two. And that's slightly annoying to deal with. Now, they might think that they've left the A-bomb site slightly more vulnerable than it is. Exercise. Flash goes in for him as well. Standing strong, looking good. Lucky to come around. Can't catch the Nopsy, though. Gives him the Ring of Rosie, and Afro, the only one left. Would be an argument to save here, of course, but it's the final round. So, gonna have to go for it. Synopsy, again, maybe overstepping slightly, but he will catch him around the smoke. 11-4, much more doable there for Blink. We'll have to see what they can get done in half number 2. Well, as they say, 11-4, you know, often can be very, very misleading as a scoreline. Zonic's Law, I believe we loosely call it. But yeah, it's better than last time. Definitely see there's a little more comfort here, and they have a bit more of an idea of what to do on the T side, right? They've got the lurking presence. They have Synopsy with the ripping bomb sites open, but that does rely on a lot of individuals doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and I think that can be somewhat of an unreliable method, right? So we'll see here. 4 rounds. It does mean you need to find the pistol and probably the first 2 rifle rounds to really give yourself a shooting chance, but it's slightly better than where we were at this time on Vertigo.
Yes, indeed. And for Blink's sake, we do hope they're going to come out of the traps here on the CT side looking hot. 2 in the apartments. Kaylee as well, over towards Boyder. Flash is already on Galito. As we can see, this apartment's push coming out. I like the initiative. I like the aggression. And Heat are sitting very passive here in towards the T apartments. Synopsy, opportunity. The frag goes the way of Heat. And surely that's now alarm bells ringing. Worry about more pushes. And I think GXX is going to struggle to find many frags now that they're on high alert.
Yeah, the idea was there. The execution, not so much, right? It's a tough one. Good arguments to be made to close the gap against the players, but against the Glocks, it can be a bit scarier. And they've also got a P250 in the mix, as you just saw, that found one quite at range. They found 3 kills, and they've still got all this utility remaining. Too high, gonna find a couple. It's nice in isolation. Unfortunately, not so great for the round. GXX is left against 2 smokes and 2 flashes still remaining. And 3 players, of course. So really going to be tough. They know where he's coming from now. He's just trying to pick up the pace and get them before they get the bomb down. Goodbye, body. But the round will indeed be won out.
Oh, up to 12. Only 4 for Blink, and it scarcely makes for easier reading than the scoreline on Vertigo. It's just been a demolish, and clearly for Blink, that essentially was a must-win pistol round. And if that was a must-win pistol round, what is this force by? It's a lose this and it's game over, I would say. Scout in play, a few deagles. They have got some smokes and they can be useful on Inferno, but given how few mistakes Heat have made, it's hard to see where Blink are going to find openings in this round.
Jocko leading the charge. I was going to say, he could be vulnerable, and he is indeed. Gets timed on, but... Oh, kind of depended on that B hit. Doesn't really go for Kaylee, unfortunately. Go through the smoke. I think it's a bit risky. You remember what Body did a few rounds ago. Synopsy finds one with the deagle, but unfortunately not going to relive that super sick Inferno moment that we all know. 3 versus 2. Will be left to 2 high on Galito here. Galito on the Galil here pretty quickly. Definitely not impossible.
Nice timing with help. Catching a player out in the open. Lucky takes the duel. Galito is dropped low. There's a smoke as well for good measure on towards Banana. And That's going to force Exercise to make a tricky decision. Play in front or behind. He's going to play behind it, actually. And Body is low, but playing the off angle. He is so on point right now, Scriv. He hasn't missed a shot the whole day. He has been lights out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't think he was as crazy as this on Vertigo, but he's definitely in his element right now. Just leading from the front, and it's got to really impact, the way that you do indeed call things out. Although, to be fair, just had a double check, fact check yourself, it's always important. 22-8 on the previous map, so this one's looking like it's going to be better than that, but not by very much. So yeah, a hell of a day. I thought it was slightly less on Vertigo, and more of a team effort, but out of his mind, as he just keeps ripping them off. Goodbye, Synopsy. I've got to kill him towards B as well. There goes Body. Okay, so eventually he does prove that he can indeed fall to some crazy headshots, but his teammates have got him right. It is to be expected in a round like this, where we've got the half investment from Blink. Just Kaylee left. Once again, against 4. How many times has this happened?
All too many. Fadeaway frags, of course, be nice, but denied even that. And Blink, they went for kind of, honestly, a desperation half by. I think they're completely checked out, to be honest, and coming into this round, GXX, no nades. Synopsy, no nades. Galito onto a FAMAS. 1 Molotov across the whole team on the CT side of Inferno and no kits is certainly asking for trouble. And HEET, it feels like they're just cruising to this 2-0 victory now, doesn't it?
Again, there's this kind of walking on water moment that you can have. And they are kind of getting there. Double nades towards Logs. No, unlucky. Unlucky. And, they do take him down, but it's really well read from Lucky to just lob the smoke there, and it's going to give the idea that, he smoked it because he's vulnerable and Lucky in that spot. But it's not the case. However, the M4s are ringing true right now. Kaylee to find 2. Making it look easy. We are seeing a few oversteps from HEET in places. Another one out towards A. Body. Still dialed in. But will eventually fall. Just a few too many names at this point. Certainly potential for Jocko to do damage. That's kind of what it comes down to now. Synopsy will give him a bit of a freebie. They do need to be careful. Double peeking towards middle. Oh, I was going to say I'm not a massive fan. GXX on low HP out the back, but they will catch him. A well-timed trade from GXX. But in the end, as it was, 2 kills come in. And that ends up being costly for the CT side, which when you're on this super long run back, sure, the rounds are nice, but you also have to think about the money. It really is going to make life easier for HEET and one less thing to worry about if you're not consistently getting AWPs out and whatnot. So I would argue even harder in this round for Blink to win.
Potentially, silver lining is they've done so much damage to that terrorist economy. Player with the most in the bank is Afro. And he'll, of course, be looking to stay on the AWPs as much as possible. His teammates, 50 at most. So, if Blink can convert this one, it will be pistols in the next, and maybe a run of a few easier rounds. Afro posted up. Didn't expect to play it up close. Synopsy showing these still in the ring individually, even if his team is a bit out of sorts. 4 and 3, Blink will take that.
He certainly will. Oh, Exercise. I think he's been seen, but it's a bit hard to find the kill there. Kaylee just making it out in towards Banana, by the way. He will be hot on his heels. GXX ready to go. It's being watched, and well, Jocko's able to spin around and take him. Galito now the only one left. There's a lurking presence that he's got to deal with as well. Finds one through the smoke. Drop the bomb. Trying to get here quick to deal with Exercise, but not going to happen. Dink for Dink. Unfortunate that he had the wrong weapon there. It will indeed be match and series points here for the side of HEET. It's not quite as clean as Vertigo, is it? But I think they'll be pretty happy with this, right? We generally say these days anything under 10 is a really dominant performance.
Yeah, indeed. And it has to be said that, HEET individually at times they are playing a little bit gung-ho and, taking the space, pushing in, playing with confidence. But overall, it has been a very clean showing. And actually, their ability to regroup in rounds like this where they lose an early pick has been really great. So it is a man advantage for Blink, but I feel like I've said that a lot of times during this half. They need to you know, start cleaning this up and converting them. And those are some nice frags to keep it rolling.
Jocko and Afro, dynamic duo. They've been around the scene for quite some time in France, but I don't think anyone had really seen them perform at as high a level as they have over the past year and a bit. Jocko to find the first, Afro covering. They are giving them the space. Rotation coming in from Kaylee, slow but sure. Definitely not out of the question here. They'll break in towards the site. The rotation's back onto the site from those short players coming in. Down goes one. Maybe need a little bit more out of Jocko. Afro does find two. And yeah, if only. Imagine what could have happened, but not to be. Blink will find number 6.
Money is broken for that T-sign Heat. So they choose to go for. It's definitely a case here for force buying, knowing the money is so bad, but it looks like they're playing the safer economic approach. Lucky will be on, you know, a Galil or maybe an SMG in the following, but the rest should be in reasonably good stead. And I guess for Blink, it's still such a long way here for overtime. And honestly, it's hard to see a route to get anywhere near that, so just getting gun rounds, more experience for some of these younger players, maybe that's a good thing. But up against the Pistols, surely want to be keeping this one nice and clean.
Yeah, there goes the first, and that was kind of your danger man with the Deeg. It's sad, you know, we've not seen too many half-buy rounds out of them, but we are big fans of the Jocko Deagle. I've yet to really see it. Okay, maybe just the Jocko Glock is all we need. Now an AK in play. Great flash into CT to allow them to cross and get the bomb down. This has gone better than they ever thought it would, hasn't it? Down goes Exercise on the backside. It's a bit of information collected. You're just sort of looking for kill bonus money at this point, to be honest, especially on this shotgun for Lucky. We'll find one. Great angle. If he gets any more, it would be ridiculous, and he will. Oh my goodness, very nearly winning the round. Holy hell. Down to just one player. Not quite good enough from Blink. I think it's safe to say they will get number 7, but it costs them nearly everything.
Oh, for just half a second there after he got the second kill, it felt like, you know, he's going to immediately transfer onto head of the next and end Blink in the worst manner possible with a full Glock eco and one Deagle. That would have been harrowing for Blink to lose it in that fashion. Now, thankfully for them, just about recovered it at the end. But as we said, many a time, a long, long way to go here for overtime. And they have to take this one round at a time. Can't get overzealous. Lucky up close, hearing all this noise. As it looks like Blink, they're trying to force something out. It's the half-full boost, but there's a player below, and entry goes the way of Heat.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate. Lucky, this time, living up to his namesake, absolutely. As he's also been looking pretty good, you know, the stalwarts of the French scene for sure. Oh, goodness, no way. Lucky finds that kill. Body finds the man at the back of the site. That's surely got to be it. 5 on 2. Breaking into the B bomb site, one of the hardest to retake in the game, and they're the A rotators who, you know, have some utility. They've got a kit, but they just don't have the manpower at the end of the day. Another CT smoke comes down. Still a couple more available. Yeah, no, so you really only have one way to go here, guys. Nade is eaten as well. Down goes Galito through the smoke. Big man too high. New name. What can he get done? It's not going to be very much. Left very low indeed. Smoke dissipates, and there's 3 people behind it. That will be that. 2-0 secured. No real sweat off the brow on either map for the likes of Heat. Really, really solid showing from them, but there are some serious issues right now for Blink.
Yeah, needless to say, and I mean, being honest, we knew going into the series that given the amount of flux that Blink